Toni Morrison once said, "I've been wondering who might fill the intellectual void that plagues me after James Baldwin died. Clearly, it's Ta-Nehisi Coates." This is Going Analog, the series where I remind myself, and hopefully you, to slow down and really appreciate books. Toni Morrison once said this regarding Between the World and Me back in 2015. And now, having read 3 books by Ta-Nehisi Coates, I certainly agree with her and would also like to present all 3 works as a sort of nonfiction trilogy. Between the World and Me, The Message, and The Beautiful Struggle are all powerful nonfiction works about racism, experiencing it, understanding it, and how to combat it. I believe The Beautiful Struggle can act as a starting or finishing point. The 3 books are a circle in a way, so let's set that one aside for a moment and start with Between the World and Me. Between the World and Me is in the vein of The Fire Next Time by James Baldwin, but instead of a letter addressed to his nephew, Coates is addressing his son. He's addressing the realities of being Black in America and the multiple racist systems, explaining their historical context. I believe reading this book is the first step towards consciousness or awareness of the world around us, a theme that is explored more thoroughly in The Beautiful Struggle. But before we get to The Beautiful Struggle, let's talk about The Message. The Message is a memoir and travelogue. It's when Ta-Nehisi travels around the world from Chapel, South Carolina to Dakar, Senegal, and finally the West Bank. During his journey, he connects with the world outside of America, but he realizes, as Baldwin did when visiting Palestine, that the prevailing narrative surrounding the conflict is false and warns about how narrative control can be used to obscure the truth. Between the World and Me and The Message are both examples of the knowledge provided to us as the reader, in an attempt to make us conscious, but it's up to us to bring ourselves to consciousness. This theme is explored and explained in The Beautiful Struggle. It is Ta-Nehisi's first book. It's a coming-of-age memoir set in West Baltimore and focused a lot on his father, Paul Coates, who was a former Black Panther and founder of Black Classic Press. Throughout the memoir, Ta-Nehisi discusses his own awakening to being conscious, aware of the realities of the world around him, and how to interact with it. The way his father attempted to guide him towards it was through education and providing books for him to read. But along with that, it was about letting him lead his own journey through knowledge. And now, I believe Ta-Nehisi is doing the same with these 3 nonfiction books. His Addressed America, Going Abroad, as well as The Blueprint to Combat Ignorance and Racism, ultimately leading to this consciousness. Through education and knowledge, we can hopefully lead to consciousness. And hopefully, if we educate enough people, perhaps we will be able to enact real change.